when you're awake or sleeping. Say my name no time. I don't want to be my baby, oh, but I got my wife. I know you want to be my wife.
So let me tell you something, girl, if you relax and don't be tripping on me, cause I'll be back. Your friend them in your ears, them a chat, nah. You know better listen and that. And don't you like it when I hit it from the back? And don't you like it when I spend the money stack? I got a wife, but no worry about that. You are...
Greetings, transit community. Welcome to the review of the 2017 New Flyer Xcelsior XE40. These were the first New Flyer Industries built Xcelsiors operated by the Metropolitan Transportation Authority of New York. Fleet numbers ranged from 0011 to 0015, and these were solely delivered to J.Quill depot. Now, as for their powertrain, is that these buses featured the Siemens HV1BD 2016 along with the Siemens ELFA2. Moving on to their history. The XE40 program was developed through cooperation between the province of Manitoba Hydro Red River College, New Flyer Industries, and Mitsubishi Heavy Industries. The $3 million development project was announced in December 2010, with the provincial government contributing $1 million. By January 2012, a prototype vehicle was under construction using a former XE40 hybrid electric demonstrator bus. The prototype made its public debut at the Manitoba Legislative Building on June 1, 2012, and subsequently entered trial service in Winnipeg. The prototype used 8 Mitsubishi Heavy Industries lithium-ion battery modules, each rated at 15 kilowatts for a total capacity of 120 kilowatts. These batteries supported both overnight depot charging and en route overhead charging. Eden supplied the overhead rapid charging system, which delivered up to 200 kilowatts per module via a conductive rail. A roof-mounted pantograph connected to the bus to the charging rail. In June 2012, the Chicago Transit Authority ordered 2 XE40 buses for a federally funded trial. In October 2012, Sustainable Development Technology Canada announced funding for a 4-bus XE40 trial with Winnipeg Transit. Chicago's buses entered service in October 2014, while Winnipeg's fleet entered service in November 2014. The first 2 Winnipeg buses used Mitsubishi's battery with 180 kilowatts capacity. The remaining 2 used Exalt energy batteries rated at 200 kilowatts after Mitsubishi's exited the battery sector in 2014. Chicago's XE40s also use Exalt batteries, but with higher 300 kilowatt capacity. Winnipeg primarily relied on overhead and route charging, while Chicago used plug-in depot charging, requiring 3 to 5 hours for a full charge. At the 2017 APTA Expo in Atlanta, New Flyer introduced the next generation of battery electric buses with expanded battery options and standardized charging interoperability. Storytime. In late 2017, these XE40s were delivered at the same time Protteras BE40s were introduced in Brooklyn, with Manhattan selected as a test environment. The XE40s began service primarily on an M42 and M50 crosstown routes, 2 of the shortest routes assigned to J.Quill depot. At the same time, I was closely connected to operations at this depot through my uncle. In January 2018, I rode Unit 0012 from the driver's seat for the first time boarding at 12th Avenue. Experiencing an electric bus firsthand changed how I imagined my future. It sparked my long-term interest in electric vehicles, an interest that still defines my automotive aspirations today. On April 23, 2018, Unit 0012 was displayed as the model electric bus for a post-Earth Day double-decker showcase event with Protteras 0019 positioned behind it, and that same day also marked the first express route test of the Alexander Dennis Enviro 500 out of Charleston Depot. By mid-2019, there were discussions about transferring XE40s to Grand Avenue Depot in exchange for J.Quill's Protteras fleet, but the plan never materialized. In August 2019, Unit 0018 traveled to Staten Island for an express bus anniversary board meeting and was later tested on a Charleston Depot's route alongside 0020. On May 6, 2019, just 5 days after the retirement of the RTS fleet, Unit 0013 was showcased at the RTS retirement ceremony as a symbolic, modular replacement for diesel buses under the Metropolitan Transportation Authority. My final ride on an XE40 occurred on June 2019 aboard Unit 0015, during which I recorded the Powertrain audio. These XE40s were operated under 3-year lease agreements, and after completing their evaluation period, the fleet was returned to New Flyer in 2021, marking the conclusion of their role as pilot vehicles rather than permanent assignments. Moving on to the analytics. During more than 3 years in service, the XE40s were among the most advanced Xcelsior models ever operated, producing zero tailpipe emissions. Michael J.Quill Depot demonstrated how electric buses could function within the New York City's complex energy and operating environment. From a driving perspective, the acceleration response directly matched operator input, allowing for precise schedule control. The absence of the engine noise and exhaust significantly improved both comfort and environmental quality. In 2018, I personally regarded these buses as buses of the year, even before the introduction of the XE60 articulated electric bus in late 2019. The XE40 served as the 40-foot foundation for the XE60 fleet that later dominated routes such as the M14 Select Bus service. By April 28th, the XE40s have already proven influential in shaping MTA's long-term commitment to electric buses over the next 2 decades. Although primarily assigned to the M42 and M50, XE40s also operated on routes such as the M11, M72, and M66. My favorite units were 0012 and 0013, both of which were consistently selected for public showcases and ceremonial events. Unit 0012 represented electric transit during the post-Earth Day double-decker showcase, while 0013 symbolized the replacement for the diesel RTS fleet. There is a News Y1 source that a colleague I know of, Casey Baylor, and I spoke about how much we always prefer electric buses over any other buses citywide. Here's the news source.
Casey Baylor, who has been driving an MTA bus for 15 years, was one of the first drivers to get behind the wheel of an all-electric bus.
It's much quieter. You don't hear too much noise. It's a very good acceleration on the bus, and it handles very well.
And no exhaust from a diesel engine.
When you're driving electric, there's nothing, no smell, no nothing.
The MTA is expanding its fleet of electric buses since it launched a pilot in 2017.
We found out that on certain routes that the buses work just fine. However, we recognize that about a third of our schedules today could not be operated with the current technology of electric buses.
The MTA has 5 electric buses on 42nd Street and 50th Street crosstown routes, 5 on routes in Brooklyn and Queens, and 15 60-foot accordion-style buses on the 14th Street and 125th Street select bus routes. The agency has collected data to see how well electric buses run on city streets. For example, the buses on the 2 Manhattan select bus service routes can run up to 93 miles on daily trips that average 26 miles.
So we're making about 3 to 4 trips with those buses before they have to come back to a charge.
One advocate says the figures are encouraging for the future of an all-electric bus fleet.
What these numbers really show us are that the newer buses, different options, and different routes really do impact the way these buses are able to operate, but that the newer ones are incredibly feasible and very operational.
The head of MTA Buses says technology must advance in order to meet its goal of an all-electric fleet. Batteries must be able to withstand longer trips while powering heating and air conditioning on particularly hot or cold days. And there must be an expansion of charging infrastructure.
What we realize is that we probably would need about 10 times the amount of power coming to our bus depots that we have today.
The MTA plans to purchase more than 2,400 new buses. More than half of them will run on diesel fuel, but that purchase includes 500 fully electric vehicles, as well as hybrid and natural gas buses. Meanwhile, the MTA plans to stop buying diesel buses by the end of the decade. In Manhattan, Dan Rivoli, New York 1.
Casey and I are always entitled to touch base with XE60s because they have an excellent range of mileage to run big routes. Not only the M14 Select Bus service, but also the M60, M22, M86, M34, and M79 Select Bus services. Back to talking about the XE40s, they can not only run the M42 and M50 routes. One of them ran the M11, M72, and M66 as some examples. Although the original 2017 XE40s were returned in 2021, their impact directly shaped the next phase of electric bus deployment. Beginning in 2023 and continuing through 2025, the MTA began receiving new generation XE40s now delivered as permanent fleet electric vehicles rather than leased pilots. The numbers range from 4965 to 5024 and 5030 to 5216. Unlike the original Michael J.Quill based pilot fleet, the 2023 to 2025 XE40s were distributed across multiple depots and routes, signaling that electric buses have moved beyond testing and into full system integration. This delivery cycle represents the moment when XE40s transition from an experimental proof of concept to a core fleet asset within the New York City Transit. Now, as for this review of the 2017 New Fly Xcelsior XE40, the rate 10 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and revive your memories of those original leased 2017 XE40s.
Oh yeah. Dance merengue. Dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back to me. Dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back. Hey, goddamn, how you did it like that? Low skirt with a booty underneath it like that. Hot like a summer girl, you're so fine, and you know I'm trying to give it to you one time. Don't wanna let you go, but you put the wall up like Mexico. I ain't trying to catch you up like Texaco. I just really wanna let you know. Cause I know what you need to make it through the night. Yeah, I can get you right. And I know what you need to make it through the night. I could ease you, my baby. Boricua, morena, Boricua, morena, Dominicana, Colombiana, Americana, Italiana. Hey, dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back to me. Dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back. I just wanna let you know, I'ma take this dance, never let you go. I know how you really feel if the rest don't know. She said, I ain't really trying to professional. Yeah, let's be professional. I know, to get, never get to know. I ain't trying to save nothing, but on my insurance I need to find me a girl on her progressive flow. Cause I know what you need to make it through the night. Yeah, I can get you right. And I know what you need to make it through the night. I could ease you, my baby. Boricua, morena, Boricua, morena, Dominicana, Colombiana, Americana, Italiana. Hey, dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back to me. Dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back. Dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it right back to me. Dance merengue with your mama. Dance merengue, know you wanna. A little Mark Anthony, it'll bring it